Well, hi again, everyone. Welcome again to the Doghouse on GTV6, your City of Glendale pet adoption show. And we have pets that we hope you'll want to adopt, just waiting to come prancing on and jumping up and down and telling you how wonderful they are. They're waiting right here in the wings. But before we go on, let's introduce the people, the four-legged people that we have here with us. To my right.
Wait a minute.
To my right is Dottie Sharkey. Dot, thank you very much.
Let's see if we're paying attention.
And to my left is Kevin McManus, who's our adoption supervisor at the Pasadena Humane Society. And I'm Rob Sharkey, and what am I? I'm a cat owner.
You are a two-legged
I'm a two-legged cat owner, exactly. Two-legged owner of how many cats? Three cats.
It's going to be a Q&A show today.
So, with all that clear, we ought to go on and tell you about what happened to the four-legged creatures on our last show. Well, not too bad. We adopted more than half of the animals on our last show, and more important, we after two tries, we finally found a home for Finnegan, our Chihuahua, who was left at the door with a great big group of abandoned Chihuahuas. What, about 6 or 8 weeks ago, right, Kevin?
Yeah, it was the 1st of March, and now Finnegan was number 14 that had been placed, so we still have one little guy left, but...
One left.
Yep.
One left. Okay, there's one left from the great big group. Left at the door one morning. So, okay, well, with that, we will bring on our first guests of this show, or first guest of spring, perhaps. It's our last show. And here is our volunteer, Cheryl. Cheryl, thank you for helping us today with our, oh, what a cute little bunny. What a cute little bunny. His name is Barnaby. He's an adult, unaltered male. Barnaby looks like a classic pet rabbit. What is it? Classic white rabbit? But he looks like your typical adoptable bunny, curious, getting into all sorts of things. He likes being held. He likes being held and petted, very friendly, very calm. His number, most important thing, if you would like to adopt Barnaby, his number is A322398. 322398. He was an owner turn-in. Apparently someone said too much to handle. So what should we know, Kevin, before we come in and go, oh, he's so cute, I want to take Barnaby home?
Well, rabbits do require quite a bit of work as far as their care and husbandry. You want to make sure that you have a nice, secure, hutch, kennel, something like that for your rabbits, so they can keep clear of electrical cords, which is a favorite of rabbits to chew on. If they're going to be outdoors in the yard, you want to make sure that they're supervised, but they do need exercise. Barnaby here is a really good example of what we see a lot of here, just the really beautiful white rabbits. He's very well socialized, very friendly, as Dottie can attest. And
he's so tiny.
He's tiny, and he's full grown, we feel. Yeah. That guy is on the smaller side.
Yeah, he's a cutie. The pink eyes means he's an albino?
A degree of albinism, yeah.
Albino rabbit, yeah. So he would cost how much, $30?
The adoption fee is $30. That includes the neuter surgery in his case, if you choose a female. And Barnaby, we have several really well socialized, really nice rabbits right now. So
excellent.
If you're in the market for a rabbit, we've got a great one for you, I promise.
That's super.
But his adoption fee is $30, and that will include the spay-neuter surgery, microchip, and he's good to go.
So if you'd like to make Barney your little pet, he is available immediately. You just have to wait a day?
Yeah, a few days.
For the alteration surgery. And Barnaby's number, once again, this cute little white rabbit, is A322398. On to our cats. And our first cat is Miss Cuddles, who is brought in by our volunteer Judy. Judy, thanks very much. Miss Cuddles is a 2-year-old unaltered female. She is A323485. She is a typical gray and white tabby. Just looks like a classic tabby.
She's gonna be busy.
Friendly young cat, just 2 years old, enjoys being petted. Came here as a stray, as so many cats do. And Kevin, what could you tell us about Miss Cuddles?
Well, Miss Cuddles, like all of the rabbits who come through here, are checked, their health is evaluated, they're tested for the feline leukemia virus, and of course she's negative for that. She receives her first set of vaccines, and she'll be spayed and microchipped before she goes home.
And 2 years is a good.
2 years is a great age.
This is how they are. This
Yeah,
is their personality.
for
They
sure.
don't think they're gonna get.
It is
She's an active little one.
a kitten's going to be even more active, and an older cat's going to be a little bit more relaxed. So there's a lot of life left in Miss
Two
Cuddles.
is, they're kind of reaching, adulthood, so they're, as Dottie said, just that's kind of who they are. Their personalities are already developed, and she's a little squirmy.
How'd you get the name Cuddles? She should have the name Squirmy.
So Miss Cuddles,
She's camera shy.
what would she cost?
Her adoption fee is $70.
Okay, isn't there a 2-for-1 deal?
There
kind of thing?
is. The adoption fee for a second cat is only $15 additionally. So if you're in the market for 2 cats, you could certainly take Miss Squirmy and another cat home, and the total fee is only $85.
She's saying one is enough. Okay. What's her number?
All right, her number again is, Miss Cuddles is A323485. Okay, on to our second cat. This is Viola. Viola being brought to us by Andrea, our volunteer. Andrea, thank you for helping us. Viola is an unaltered 8-year-old female, a black short hair cat. Loves to purr and meow, loves to be held. Came in as a stray. Kevin, black cats are most difficult to find homes for, are they not?
They tend to be, yeah. We think that it's a combination of just, maybe some superstitious, kind of history, but also, with cats, the aesthetics are usually what gets people's attention first. So,
Colors,
if you
yeah,
see
yeah, sure.
a black cat and then another,
Right.
like really multicolored cat, sometimes your eyes are more drawn to the multicolored cat.
Do you know what I see?
A beautiful cat.
Licorice.
Licorice. Well, the other
That's
thing
a
is,
good thing.
with black cats, their eyes stand out so much more. Look at those beautiful eyes. Really beautiful eyes.
Okay.
What should people know about bringing a cat home? Some cats are going to be a little antsy. Some
Sure.
cats are going to be shy.
Absolutely.
What are good tips to give people about bringing a cat home? for the
Well,
first
as
time?
far as the adjustment period, sometimes it depends on the cat's personality. Sometimes you'll bring a cat home and he or she will want to hide under the bed or in a closet for the first 2 weeks. My sister adopted a cat, and exactly that same thing happened. She didn't see the cat for about 3 weeks. My nephew was really upset, but now she's really outgoing. She adjusted pretty slowly, but the adjustment period is what you kind of want to think about. And with an older cat like Viola, she's more likely to adjust a little bit more quickly. She's really calm. You can see just on camera compared to Miss Cuddles.
She's purring.
She's very relaxed.
Oh.
So
Now, what
she
you might
would be-
might notice about her is that she's got a little irritation on her nose. Our health staff has assessed that. We don't think it's anything to be super concerned with, and it will
See her
probably
nose.
heal
Let me
pretty
see.
quickly.
Let me see your nose.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's a
How
little
old is
pink.
she?
She's 8 years
Eight,
old.
which means
Which means
if you're over the age of 60,
then her adoption fee would only be $20 through our Seniors for Seniors program, which followers of the show, we love talking about it because it's such a great program and it gets so many of our senior pets into great, great homes.
Compared-
Actually, Finnegan, the Chihuahua
yes,
from us,
yeah,
a
yeah.
great senior for senior adoption. So
right? Compared to the $20 price, the regular price would be
$70.
$70.
Yep.
So if you're over the age of 60, you don't have to put down a $70 fee. It's a great bargain.
And just a warm love. I think
Yeah.
It's just so
it's just
content here.
really, really friendly.
Very.
Okay, so Viola again is an unaltered 8-year-old female who just is just a really well-behaved little cat and loves to be held. She would be $20 if you're under the age of 60, or $70 if you're above the age of 60.
I'll reverse that, but
Well,
we get the
let's
gist.
reverse.
Well, that's great. And,
She's a senior for seniors.
The $20 is the microchip. Did I
That's
know
right.
that we talked about that? And
Good.
didn't I see in the news recently a cat 7 years old? They lost it for 7 years.
Yeah,
and
we.
someone reported
Ooh, wow.
a feral cat, and it had a microchip. And the amazing part is the people changed their address, but also the change of address was when they went to the microchip.
They
found the
registered the change of
They
address.
registered
Oh,
the change of
great,
address.
great.
Yeah, yeah, we can't,
Yeah.
stress how important that
It's
is.
so important, one, the microchip, and two, to remember to change your address if you move.
Oh, okay. So thank you,
Anyway.
Viola. We'll remember that you should have your address changed on the microchip when you move.
Yes.
We hope your next home will be your forever home. So Viola is A324105, an unaltered 8-year-old female. Okay, before we go on, just a tip about something we wanted you to know about April. April is Prevention of Animal Cruelty Month. And we just have a little bit of information for you here on some things you can do to help us prevent animal cruelty. It's a serious matter, an issue that the Pasadena Humane Society takes to heart. If you suspect neglect or abuse, there are 2 ways you can report it to the Pasadena Humane Society, which, by the way, is the animal care provider for the city of Glendale. Here are the 2 ways. One, call the dispatcher here. We'll give you the phone number at the end of the show. Call the dispatcher and report the animal cruelty, or file a report online at our website, and we'll give you that at the end of the show as well. I can tell you the website is easy to remember, pasadenahumane.org, www.pasadenahumane.org. We'll give it to you again. And you select expert advice on the menu bar and click on Report Animal Cruelty. Report Animal Cruelty. Our dedicated animal control officers will investigate every report, determine whether or not there is an actionable crime that's taken place, and they do a lot to help cruelty to our favorite friends out there. So keep that in mind. All right, well, it's time to go to our last cat. Here is Momo, and Momo is A250710, Momo, being brought to us by Adrian. Thank you, Adrian, again. Andrea, again. And Momo is a 4-year-old neutered male who is A250710. Momo is a black and white domestic short-hair rabbit, just kind of a classic rabbit. Well, it does
Looks
say
like a panda.
it does say rabbit here, but probably more like a cat. Curious, playful, confident, would do well as the only cat in the house, and happens to be an owner turn-in. What does it mean when he'd be best as the only cat?
Well, Momo is not a big fan of other cats. His owners have told us that, his former owner told us that, and our staff has experienced that as well. So, if you are catless and you can maybe only have one cat where you live, or you're only looking to take on the responsibility of one cat, Momo he's a really sweet boy, and despite being a little, camera shy and a little excited by the lights today, he's very affectionate and just a great personality.
Very personable, very personable.
Yeah.
He very expressive
I
personality.
know why he likes being the only cat, because it looks like he eats for 2.
Oh. We've had quite a few very large cats on in the last couple months.
He's a big guy. He's got a big...
Well, hold him up. Can we hold up?
No, I think he's badly best sitting right there. So Momo's
Okay.
adoption fee is $70.
Momo, he has a little bit of attitude.
Yeah,
Attitude.
we
yeah.
love him.
Catitude,
He's such a.
we call it catitude. No, he's a good guy. I like this guy. I like
Yeah.
his personality. I like him.
That's my kind of cat. The ones
Yeah,
who are
he's-
just like,
he's a
hey,
boy,
this is
hey."
how things are gonna
Yeah,
be.
this is it.
$70, Kevin?
$70 adoption fee. He
With that,
is
you get-
neutered. He is microchipped. He is ready to go home today.
Okay, Momo, our very personable cat, 4 years old, is A250710.
Okay, where's Symphony?
Symphony.
Here's our first
Hello.
dog. Symphony looks a little reluctant.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, we'll change that, won't we?
Symphony.
Symphony's number is A322954, spayed, 2-year-old female. And what's her breeding? Is she a...
She's a Staffordshire Terrier mix, we think.
A brindle Staffordshire Terrier.
Yeah.
And she's a staff volunteer favorite. I love that. I love that. You know, it's. But I just have to tell you a quick story. The little dog Finnegan that was 10 years old, and everybody. I walked into church. This woman approached me and said, "I was just with Finnegan at the mobile unit with Pasadena Humane, and I was wondering if he's so adoptable." And so I said, "No, no, no." And so the next person came in. You know, there's this cute little Chihuahua at Pasadena Humane.
Wow.
And that was Bronwyn. So Finnegan had quite a fan club. So
Wow.
I'm just delighted that. So back to our Symphony here.
Yes.
Symphony, also out on the mobile unit.
What a well-behaved dog. What
Yeah.
a well-behaved dog.
And gets along well with other dogs. That's a great thing. That's a great endorsement. A lot of energy, loves to play, and an owner turn-in. Thank you so much for, not leaving her out on the streets and
Which
at least
some
getting her in here
some
where
people
she
do.
gets lots of care. And her adoption fee, Kevin?
Sure. Her adoption fee is $125. As Dottie mentioned already, she is spayed. She's microchipped, got her rabies vaccine. Her other vaccines are up to date. So she is ready to go home. And I'm really surprised with how calm she's being. She's a
very
pretty
calm.
active
She's a good
girl.
She's a good girl.
I think she's camera shy.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
sitting in the middle of all these lights is
Yeah.
probably a little imposing for her, but she's handling it well.
Yeah, well, we'll get you a nice home, maybe with music lovers, with a symphony, maybe like Mozart.
Exactly.
One of our dogs got adopted where San Clemente and with an ocean view, and so some of our
Yeah.
dogs do it. But you know what? They don't need an ocean view. They need petting and love. So
Exactly.
those are the ingredients.
Come
So
here.
let me give you Symphony's number again. She'll probably perk up right as soon as we.
Yeah.
The lights are a little intimidating.
Yeah. Hi.
So Symphony's number is A322954.
So you're ready to take the next step and bring a new family member into your home through adoption of a pet here from the Pasadena Humane Society. I, for one, could not be more happy. It's what, I obviously wake up every day and I go to work knowing that, sometime today somebody will be leaving here into their new home, and it gives me probably more joy than almost anything. So here are some common things, or here are basically what you're going to expect if you're going to adopt from us. First of all, you're going to fill out an adoption application. You can do that in person here at the shelter, or you can actually download the applications from our website, fill them out, and then bring them in if you need a little more time or want to do things really neatly. You'll then go through an interview process with myself or one of our other fabulous adoption counselors. During the interview, we talk about the pets that you're interested in adopting, your home, like what you're expecting in a pet, and then what you can in turn expect from the pet that you're going to adopt from us. And one of the, I guess, kind of most important things that I can stress when you're coming in, and this is something that happens on a daily basis, so I do want to stress it. If you rent your home, make sure that you bring in your landlord's phone number, because we will have to verify that it's okay for you to have that pet in the home. The last thing that we would want is for you to get attached to a wonderful dog or cat or rabbit or hamster or whatever, take the animal home, and then realize that you're either going to be out of a pet or out of a home. So make sure you bring that with you. But all of these things are part of our process to ensure that the animals that we're adopting out are into their forever homes, and that's a really good match for you and for the pets. So please do come in and adopt. Feel free to stop by and say hi to me. And maybe the next guy coming on will be the one who you choose, and that is Chester.
Chester.
So Cheryl's going to bring
I
Chester
can't
in.
imagine not choosing Chester.
Come here, little man.
Cute.
He's in Cheryl's arms, and
Hi, buddy.
Chester's number is
Chester.
A323215. Neutered, 2 years old. He's just all grown up. Look at that. tan and white Chihuahua. Oh, he likes you, Rob.
He's a sweet, sweet.
He loves to snuggle. Oh,
He'd be a great pet.
and he enjoys being held, so we're accommodating that. Ah,
He's so soft.
My
He's
kind of dog. He loves to sleep.
totally. I mean, he's a napper.
Yeah, he's a napper. Yes, and he's been out on the mobile unit. He came in as a stray, so I'm sure he has a little story to tell about that. So, but anyway, his adoption fee is.
The option fee is $125. As we've already mentioned, he is neutered and up to date on his vaccine, so he too is ready to go home today.
He sure is.
I think he's getting ready to nap. He's
Yeah,
starting to
he's-
way heavy on my hand here.
Can you imagine napping with this little guy?
good
How
boy.
fun is that? How fun is that? So,
But
anyway.
just really very friendly and outgoing, and so calm,
Yeah.
which is
He is
really
Now,
nice.
calm.
Chihuahuas are barkers, so.
They can be.
They can be. We don't know about, that's just a little bit, like you mentioned, apartments, and maybe that wouldn't be the best thing if it's a barker. Some of them aren't, but.
Right, and it's hard to assess that here, but there's plenty of things that you, as the pet owner, can do to make sure that your pets are well exercised and less likely to bark.
Yeah.
And we're happy to talk to you about that during your application
Oh,
interview.
you get wonderful counseling if you adopt here. One other thing I wanted to say is, you said you get thrills out of seeing
Oh,
it
for
adopted.
sure, yeah.
But if you walk a dog out of here that's being adopted, all the other dogs start barking. Good going, good going.
They do.
Bye.
That's what we think
Hi.
they're saying.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's just so exciting.
Be sure to write.
I'm next.
Yeah.
My paw. So, anyway, I'll give you Chester's number again. It's a 323215. All right, here comes our next dog, Mickey. He's
Hey,
the last
Mickey.
dog on the show today.
Come
His
on
number
in. Come on in.
is
Come on in.
A 324144, neutered, 2-year-old male. Sabrina, Patrick, go get Sabrina. So
Yeah,
you can see
exactly.
this dog,
Come here, buddy.
Our editor back at GTV6 loves.
Min pins.
breed,
Min pins. Min pins. Here we go.
Loves
Hi.
to be petted. Kind of, and I noticed Sabrina's been hiking lately. I can imagine.
Oh yeah,
having
they're high energy little
yeah,
guys.
this guy's, he loves to be petted, enjoys treats, and he was also a stray.
A stray.
So but he looks so happy. This is a happy place. They are. So
He does. Well, he
taken
knows
care
he's
of.
going to get home, and someone will take care of him.
He's so
Someone will.
excited.
And what's great about
He can feel it.
about Mickey and so many other dogs is how quickly they bond with the people that they're getting to know. So, one of the kind of hesitations I think that some people have in adopting adult dogs is that they don't feel that the dog is going to, or cat, for whatever the case may be, is going to bond with them, and that could not be further from the truth. Like Mickey, although I haven't spent too much time with him, like he's already very relaxed and lets me pet him all over. And this is
Aw.
hi, buddy.
He's a nice dog.
He is. He is a good dog.
is.
So imagine meeting the dog, and then by the time you're home, he's already probably going to be really attached and loving you.
He'll
So
be so grateful.
oh,
It's
hi.
a great little guy to come home to.
Hi.
So I'll give you his number again while we still have a look at that.
So
He's
handsome.
just
I mean, he's really definitely I would say purebred
He's
miniature
really a
pincher.
special. He's got a special quality about him. So this is Mickey A 324144.
Good boy.
So Rob,
Okay.
you were roaming around
Okay.
down there.
Yes, I was
Falling in
roaming
love.
around. I know. There's so many other animals on the show that we can't bring you all of them. And this has just been a sample. But I did want to tell you about just a few that might pique your interest. And hopefully the intent is to get you down here taking a look at some of the animals, and you may find the one that's just a perfect fit in your home. There is a 8-month-old female white and tan Cairn Terrier puppy that's so cute. White and tan is it pronounced Cairn? Cairn Terrier puppy, just so cute. There is a classic German Shepherd whose name is Duke, 2-year-old male, black and tan, love to be adopted, just a very friendly dog. A Labrador Retriever puppy, black puppy that's just impossibly cute, just a little guy like this, who's going to grow into a Lab Retriever, just charming little dog. And finally, and this we don't see too often, there was a white and apricot 4-year-old female Pekingese. Pekingese, just a classic television dog food commercial dog. Really, just a gorgeous dog. A white and apricot Pekingese. And actually turned out to be a stray from Western Glendale. You might recognize it. We have a little picture to show you. You might recognize this dog. But if you would like to come down or call or check our website, where would they go? Dot has all the information for you.
I'll
Dot.
start out with the phone number, 626-792-7151. Our PasadenaHumane.org is updated during business hours. It's not only a good way to check a dog you might be looking for, a breed you might be looking for, although you come in and completely change your mind sometimes. But it's also wonderful if you've lost a pet. So, but we're on Facebook, Twitter, what else?
Foursquare,
We're Foursquare.
Google Plus.
Yeah, we're
Good.
just,
Coming
thank-
soon to whatever social
so
media
whatever-
outlet is
yes,
next.
Whatever social media. But the very best way, of course, is to please come down and see us. We are at 361 South Raymond Avenue in Pasadena. From Glendale, you take the 210 freeway, you get off at Del Mar, left on Del Mar, right onto Raymond, and there we are, flagpole. Come on and see us.
Open every day but Monday.
Yeah, and you're guaranteed to lock eyes. So there's that.
Absolutely.
Did I cover everything?
I think so.
I think we did, yeah. Okay, it's time to say thank you to our crew of volunteers today, Andrea, Georgianne, Judy, Cheryl, leaving Caroline. Our producer, Zara, thank you, Zara. Our City of Glendale staff behind the cameras. Patrick, thank you for helping us back at City Hall. Henry and Jessica, thank you for helping us, our director. Dot, thank you for visiting again. Thank you for helping us out again. And our adoption supervisor, Kevin McManus. Kevin, thank you so much for helping us.
My pleasure as always.
Okay, I'm Rob Sharkey, and most of all, I want to thank you for watching The Doghouse on GTV6 and for helping us help the animals. Bye everyone. We'll
Say
see
bye,
you
Mickey.
next time.